The idea for the design of the M600 came to me while working late one night at the studio. I was listening to a microphone held in a suspension mount. The suspension mount was reducing the transmission of low-end rumble to a degree, but I wondered how the microphone would sound if it were held by a different method. Another contributing factor which led to the design of the M600 was the various comments I read regarding the design of conventional suspension mounts. It seems there's a general dissatisfaction with the build quality, and particularly the durability of the rubber bands used to suspend the microphone. So with all this in mind, I thought, let's see what happens if we go against the norm and clamp the microphone instead of suspending it. The idea being that the body of the microphone and capsule remains stationary, and the only thing moving is the sound wave. I was very sceptical about the influence a mount could have with regard to the sound of a microphone, but when I had my first prototype made, my skepticism diminished very quickly. I don't describe the M600 as a shock mount. The M600 has been designed primarily as a universal microphone mount. The overall primary objective was to compare the reproduced sound quality when the microphone is held in a suspension mount and then in the M600. Since designing and testing the M600, I've found that in each test, surprising results have been achieved as against the known method of suspension mounting. With its unique method of minimum contact mounting, owners have found that their microphones exhibit an audibly tighter and extended bass response, cleaner treble and improved detail when using the M600, and less of the previously mentioned attributes when used with a suspension, shock mount or clip mount. The M600 provides increased security, stability, and along with its unique audible benefits, make it an obvious choice and a lasting one. It's been described as the finest Swiss Army knife of mic mounts. The M600 breaks away from the convention of suspension mounting by clamping the microphone at 6 minimum points of contact within 2 low resonant aluminium rings. The rings are precision drilled and tapped at 3 points to accommodate 3 adjustment screws. Attached to the adjustment screws using a ballpoint socket are plastic pads. The pads align themselves onto the surface of the microphone, reducing the force of the adjustment screws being transmitted to the microphone. To mount the microphone, adjust the mounting screws to their widest position. Hold the mic within the center of the rings and adjust the screws to make contact with the microphone. The screws should be finger tight only. As you tighten, you'll notice a point where you can go no further, unless you over tighten. There's no need to use excessive force. Gently check for any vertical or horizontal movement. The M600 can accommodate microphones up to 65mm or 2.5 inches in diameter. To remove the microphone, hold the microphone in your hand, simply loosen 2 of the adjustment screws and remove the microphone. It's that easy. The M600 features 2 fully adjustable hand levers. This is to enable the user to adjust the angle and tightening of the M600 from different angles, for example if you're left-handed. Using 2 handles provides a stronger tightening force. Once tightened, the M600 maintains its locked position. The M600 continues to surprise the most hardened of skeptics. It's built to last and benefits not only one microphone but a vast range of microphones. It's quick and easy to swap between mics, and I know it's hard to believe that the M600 can make such a difference, but it does. So next time you're replacing your suspension mount, or more likely the rubber bands, and want to hear more from your microphone, think of the M600.